G'day, Tony Wool from Tony Wool Coaching here. How are you all? Today I want to tell you something a little bit different than what I normally get into. Normally I tell you something a little bit about my question of the day that I get asked, and I just want to inform you guys. But today I want to do something a little bit different. I want to give you my story, like how I got into this, and the changes I've made along the way, and what inspired me to become a fitness coach and things like this. Well, anyway, in the start, when it was about 2004, I got granted permission from my master to be able to teach martial arts. So the martial art that I taught was called capoeira, which is a Brazilian dance martial art. So basically, in this martial art, you fight, but you have to miss the other person as you're fighting, and while you're fighting, you have to incorporate acrobatics, so like flips and jumps and stuff like that, and you do it to music, and you have to be missing the other person at the same other time. So as you play, you learn to go with the flow. Like, you don't go against the grain and like do blocks and stuff like that. You can like put your hands up to show, like, I've checked it, I would block it, but you go with the flow. So it kind of relates to philosophy in life, how you can go with the flow of life. If you were to always combat it and stuff, you could have a lot of problems. And there's a whole huge message in capoeira. It's a very intricate art and sport and self-expression and many things. But anyway, it's getting a little bit way late from the story. So basically, I was a capoeira teacher, and I taught at university as a lecturer. Also had my own club, and we used to do performances. We performed for many corporate events and festivals, and we travelled New Zealand, and we used to do shows and bars and parades and on stages and all sorts of things. It was an awesome time in my life. I was probably, at the time, I was probably about 22 years old, I think it must have been. And then I did that for about 6 years, and then I got to a point where I actually got very sick, and I could no longer do it anymore, and I got very sick. And the pills I was taking to make me feel better and to help my sickness actually made me put on a lot of weight. So basically, in about the period of about 2 months, I think I must have gained nearly, maybe it was probably about 4 months, I must have gained nearly like 15 kgs or something like that. So I was a very lean athlete, and then I went to a point where it was just didn't have the energy, like, because of the pills I was on, and also was getting really lethargic and out of weight. And then I changed my course. I thought, well, I can't really be a fitness person with this low energy, low motivation, having to sleep all the time because of these pills and because of my sickness. And so I got into business, and I became like a business coach and did all these other things like this. And corporate careers also don't really help you a lot in keeping the weight off. You kind of like need the fast food to keep going, to get back into work quickly, and also to travel in the car all the time. And you're at a desk sometimes, or just selling in front of people, at desks or in their homes or in their businesses. And it's not really the environment where you're going to get like really fit, and be active. So that also led me down a path where I was very inactive and getting more and more unhealthy. I mean, and quite often my meals would be like pies and V's, so a lot of fat and a lot of sugar, and it was really unhealthy. And also I took up smoking as well, which was really bad. I don't recommend anyone to do it. You don't get anything out of it, really nothing. All just health problems. Or if you're lucky, you don't get the health problems, but it's just there's no reason to do it. You don't get anything out of it. It's just rubbish. A waste of your money too. But anyway, after a long time, I got to a certain point where I was like, I'm sick of this, and smoking had gotten bad where it triggered my asthma, and my asthma was playing up a lot. And when I stand up, I used to get head rushes. And I knew previously, a long time ago, I'd actually quit smoking before for about 6 years when I was a health coach, and then I didn't do it anymore. And so I thought, well, the way I did it at that time was I read Alan Carr's Easy Way to Stop Smoking. I recommend it to anyone that wants to stop smoking. It changes the psychology as to why you smoke, and I knew it was a great book, and I knew if I read that I would stop smoking. So I made a point to read it all in one day. I think I read it in like half a day, because I knew once I read it, I would stop. I read it, I stopped smoking, just like that. And then after like maybe a week or something like that. My breath was a bit better. I wasn't getting dizzy when I was standing up. I was like, oh, this is starting to feel pretty good. So then I started to go on walks. And I thought, well, yeah, those lungs are kind of opening up. I want to enjoy life, you know. So I started going on walks, and I was like, this walks was good, and I started to get some energy back. And I was like, oh, this is really good. And then my lungs started to open up even more, and I was breathing this air, and my asthma was like getting less and less. And I was like, oh, this is really refreshing out in nature and enjoying walking my dog, and I was just really enjoying it. And then I decided to dedicate myself hard out to walking. So what I did, basically, I decided to go on a cut. And so I did this diet. I mean, you can go on any sort of diet you want. The diet I chose was an alkaline diet. So it was just like vegetables. It didn't have meat, didn't have coffee, didn't have sugar. It really didn't have like much of anything besides vegetables and carbs, like just rice and some wraps and stuff like that. But basically, any diet's going to work as long as you have that calorie deficit. So you can choose different ones, and different ones work in different ways. But again, that's besides the point at the moment. So I started that diet, and that's what I decided to stick to. And then I decided to up my game in walking, and I ended up doing power walking, listening to motivational things on my MP3 player while I was walking along. And so I was getting like pumped up and getting into it. Ended up walking every day between 4 to 6 hours a day of power walking. So it was pretty incredible. And then I used to find every way I could to add in more exercise. So say I had to go to the dairy, wouldn't be like, oh, I drive the car, I'd be like, oh, I walk. So I had to go to the post office, be like, oh, I'll just walk there. Had to pick up my kids from school, I'll walk there. So it's just it really added up. Once I added in my power walking sessions plus all the extras. And then at the time, it was summer as well, so I'd be doing swimming. So I enjoy like breaststroke, doing that for like an hour, just like casual pace. Just getting back into it. It didn't have to be like a real hard out pace like running or anything like that. Just like accumulating enough hours, but doing like a constant sort of steady state cardio. We call it it's called LISS, which is low intensity steady state. So you're just pushing yourself a little bit, like power walking, but not like going like hard out, like you were as if you were running or something like that. But it worked very well, and basically in 8 weeks, I shredded like 15 kgs. I shredded, I started to feel heaps more energy, and with all the motivation tapes and the body transformation, I felt really, really good about myself. I started to see this body form, because like after all those years of bulking, getting bigger and bigger, the body was quite a big shape, and then cutting the fat, it still had this larger frame, but it was getting like more shapely in that. So I thought, well, that's kind of like could be the start of bodybuilding or something like that. So I thought, well, what if I hit the gym? So I started off hitting the gym, and then as time went by, I sort of grew the muscles, and it got bigger and bigger. And I started doing different types of workouts, and then I started learning about the supplementation and more about the workouts, all the different kinds when you're doing powerlifting or you're doing bodybuilding or many different things like that. So at the end of the day, I decided I want to dedicate my life to this, and I spent many, many hours studying as hard as I could over the years. It just kind of progressed, and I wanted to do this full on as much as I could. So I put in like 100-hour weeks just studying everything I possibly could about every supplement related to fitness, every program related to fitness, just everything I could possibly do. And it benefited because I ended up getting my personal trainer qualification, ended up getting my master fitness trainer qualification, and also transformed my body. And I've done many different cuts, and I've been skinny. I've made it skinny with muscles. I've made it like bigger with muscles. I've done many different things. I've managed to tweak and refine my techniques and stuff through not only what I learned in theory, but also what I learned in practice from using my own body as a guinea pig. And I was like, well, I want to spread this message. So back when I was younger, I used to teach gymnastics. So a friend of mine, she started teaching kids gymnastics. So I went along there and I was like, oh, I remember this sort of stuff. So I started teaching the kids gymnastics. And then sort of grew from there, and I reached out to my old club, and they remember me from when I was young, and I used to do well. Back then, I was a bit of a champion back then when I was young, and they wanted me to help with their competition boys and build the competition sector, or the male sector because I mean it's a very women's dominated sport, so they wanted to help me build the male side of things. So I ended up being a competition coach for the boys, and that got me back into coaching people, and I had a huge passion for that and teaching, and I love it, and just being in the environment of fitness and nurturing people that really want to give it their all to fitness and want to build movement skills and their physical condition and just their health. I just loved it. And so that got me back into teaching capoeira again. So I have students that do that and enjoy the lifestyle and the philosophy behind it and what it gives you as well. So it gives you the joy of movement, plus the fun of games, plus the fun of interacting with a partner, plus you get martial arts skills, you get rhythm from the music. And then in the gym, I wanted to pick up gym clients as well. So it started me off in teaching people in bodybuilding how to build the muscle, cut the fat. And I got many different ways to do it. All different types of cardio, the swimming, the running, the power walking, the treadmills, the bikes, the rowers. There's many different ways and many different formulas to using each as well. And then the ways we can lift the weights as well. We can either power lift or we can bodybuild or we can do different types of programs for different people. Some are more cardio, some are more based on high reps, some are based on heavy weights, some are very long workouts, some are very short, some are based on different goals, whether you want to change your body composition or you want to be ready for sporting events and you just want that power at the end of the day or that added muscle to make you bigger, stronger, faster. All these things are very good and they're very helpful for that sort of things. But anyway, so I've been a teacher for a while and I know how to ramble to a class for a long time, so this has probably gone on a lot longer than what I meant to. It's supposed to be a brief time to tell you my story, but sorry, I get excited and I like to tell people my story. But anyway, that pretty much sums up my journey as to when I was a trainer and then I got incredibly out of shape in every way possible with fat, health and smoking, and how I turned it around, how I cut the fat, and then how I started to add muscle, and then I added back in the coaching to my lifestyle and helping people. And basically that's all I want to do these days is I want to help people. So if you're in Dunedin, basically what I do is I do coaching for people that want to do capoeira, want to learn that. I do the styles of Angola and Regional, or Contemporary Regional, Contemporânea Regional. And if you want to do gymnastics, I have a gymnastics club. It's not my club, I work there, and there's a great head coach and a great contingency. If you want to join the girls part, or the boys, or the competitions, or whatever, I can hook you up with that. But also, for the people that mainly I'm talking to online would be males who want body transformations, who want to hit the gym and they need that help with their program. They maybe don't know how to put a program together, don't have the motivation, don't know how to do the exercises, just have a lot of questions along the way. I know there's a lot of things that come up that you need help with. I mean, the theory is simple. Everyone just says, well, you want to bulk up, you just eat more and exercise. And it's like, yeah, that's true. That's true. You know, or you want to lose weight, just eat less than your body burns and exercise. And that's true too. But there's a lot of like small little details along the way that the problems you encounter as you go through, like injuries and when you can't keep your metabolism up, and supplements to make things work a lot better, and just maybe like time schedules when like things get busy in life and you need to worry about families, or you know, there's like a whole lot of things that come along with trying to get in shape. And believe me, I've been there, I've been through all these struggles. I have 5 kids of my own, I run 3 businesses. I know what busy is, I know what out of shape is, I know what health problems are, I know what transforming your body in any way you want to go with. Well, I know how to do that. So basically what I'm just trying to say is that's my story, that's how I get to where I am now, and I just want to help you guys. So if you guys can resonate with my story at all, or you think I'm someone that could help you with your journey, because I definitely feel that I could be that person for you, then just reach out to me, message me. I would love to have a chat with you and see what your goals are and see if I can help you with your journey. Okay? Just reach out and message me. Okay, thank you for your time. Okay, see ya.